Looking for something fun to watch and a cool community to be a part of? The KJ Today Show has you covered. We're bringing you the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. Join us live the first Wednesday of every month at 7 for your positive vibe fix. Hello and welcome to the KJ Today Show, your place for the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. As you can see, if you are watching, we've already got a kitty in the kitty cam. We'll see how soon Socks, our stuffed mascot, gets knocked out. Is that Buffy up there? Or
it is.
It is Buffy.
It's Buffy.
Okay. Oh, she's sleeping sound. If you are listening, thank you very much for joining us. I forget to acknowledge the fact that we are on Apple and Spotify and iHeart and all the places, so you can listen to the show. We are so grateful that you are joining us in the pre-show. We were talking with Tia and Michelle about, I don't know if there's been something in the air, but it's been a whopper of a day. Has it not, Patches?
It's been something today, man. I'll tell you what.
I feel like I was like a 96-year-old man there, but like, it's been a whopper of a day, kids. My gosh, golly, it's been a whopper.
I swear, if you start saying "dadgum," we're gonna have problems. I'm telling you. As always, the show is powered by PopCon and also the Town Post Network, and it is powered by your positive vibes. So please make sure tonight that you sign up for your crew number. If you don't have it yet, go to kjcrew.com. That's crew with a K. If you do have your crew number, please put it in the comments and tell us where you are watching. Comment, interact, and please subscribe on YouTube because every little bit counts. We're approaching 5,000 subscribers. Nice.
Ooh, I can't even believe it. Hi, Susan, crew number 57. Thanks for being here tonight. Happy Wednesday. Shelley from ConQuest Journals in Indianapolis, number 5. Leanne says, agree. Crazy day. Checking in, number 10. And we want to bring in real quickly our friends who are helping make this show possible tonight. Can we bring on Tia and Michelle for a brand new segment that is called Catch Up with KJ Today? Hi guys, can we all just take a breath and be like, whoo, hi.
Was that Madison Square? Was that New York City right there, the corner on Madison Square Garden right behind you in that picture?
That was. For my darts fans at home, that shoulder that I'm pointing at is the famous Dan Dawson. You can see my interview with him over on the Champ Darts YouTube channel. Thanks, Patches. I don't have a graphic, but we do have one more announcement to add. Ted Thompson checking in from out there in Seattle, crew number 14. Thank you so much. We have some announcements we want to share, and then I thought we'd get to know Tia and Michelle a little bit while we just kind of have a nice little fireside chat. Welcome to KJ Today.
I saw this thing one time that was like, I never understood where adults would be like, if it's not one thing, it's another. And as I got older, I realized if it's not one thing, it's another.
So while we are catching up, a couple of announcements. Patches, in your announcement voice, can you announce the announcements?
Ladies and gentlemen, the KJ Today Show has announcements.
Thank you. Michelle, our assistant producer, going to be working hard tonight because she is keeping track of your comments. Anybody who tells me something good is going to win. No, not everybody. Somebody's going to win.
Every single person.
Hang on. Get to. It's been a whopper of a day.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
We always want your happy news. Okay. So if you think about something, like 22 minutes into the show, share it. If you think about something right now, tell me something good. Michelle is going to be keeping track on, I am certain, an officially licensed ConQuest Journal fan art notebook. She is going to keep track of every person who gives us good news tonight. And as we do, we'll go through that good news at the end of the show. And then I'm going to say, all right, Michelle, I want you to use, there it is. Look at, she's using the herbology steno pad from ConQuest Journals. Get all of your licensed fan art at conquestjournals.com. Use promo code KJ today to save 10%. I told Michelle it's going to be very scientific. She's going to take her finger. She's going to put it on the herbology steno pad. And she's going to go up and down and back and forth until I ring the bell and go, stop. And whoever she stops on is the winner. Tickets.
Yeah. Not confusing at all. We're good. We're good.
Announcement number 2. We are very excited that Tiffany Rice will be coming back to the show. Our October show will be Wednesday, October 4th. And it's going to be our Spooky Spectacular, our 3rd annual Spooky Spectacular.
Yeah, 3 years is crazy to me. Yes.
So we are excited about that. And surprise announcement, I don't even have a graphic for it. We have confirmed, Tia, I wish that you could come to town. We do so many fun things here in Indianapolis, that the 2nd annual KJ's birthday tailgate party at the Championship Darts Circuit is happening.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, KJ, when's your birthday?
So my birthday is next Thursday. It's September 12th. But the main events happening with the Championship Dart Circuit are the next weekend. So it's going to be the next Saturday, Patches. Can you tell everybody? It's weird for me to be like, let me tell you how exciting it is that I'm having a birthday party and you should come. Please, Patches, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official KJ Today show. It's KJ's birthday tailgate party with the Championship Darts Corporation at the American Legion in Brownsburg will take place on Saturday, September 21st from 2 to 5 p.m. And we will have special guests there as well.
Yeah, tell them who's going to be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have confirmed that the Circle City Ghostbusters will be a part of the KJ Today. It's KJ's birthday tailgate bash.
Yes, yay! All right, so I will be putting up an event and all that good stuff, but we just actually
confirmed it today.
Completely confirmed it. So it's going to be 2 to 5.
2 to 5.
2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes.
And the darts will be in action.
Yes, darts will be starting at noon. So I mean, always and for this, you do not have to be a member of the American Legion. This is an open weekend for anybody that wants to come out and support the Legion and the Championship Darts Corporation, and obviously KJ's huge birthday bash.
It's my last birthday in my 40s, guys.
Hey,
yeah. 49. I've been saying I'm 49 for several months now, and I forgot I wasn't yet. Oh, Michelle is 50.
Hey, I love that cup.
Yeah, that's a great
got
cup.
me that.
Oh, I love it.
Now, Tia, do you have a fancy cup tonight?
No, not tonight. I just have this Starbucks cup that I've been refilling the whole day. So.
Is that black coffee?
Yes.
You're gross.
Oh,
You're gross.
I told you I stopped putting sugar and creamer in my coffee, so this is just how it is.
Okay, look at this, Tia. We were again pre-show talks. I didn't know Tia was there, and I was telling Michelle we're going to do this thing, catch up with KJ today. So I know that you know Tia, and lots of people in the Kind of Nerdy Network do, but KJ Today's show viewers might not know her, and she's so awesome, and we really want everybody to like her and see that. And Tia was sitting in the back.
I was sitting in the waiting room.
And the first thing she did was comment on the fact that so we've got some art to talk about, but you've got some art to talk about. All right, let's get to know Tia. Let's get to know Tia.
Oh God. So, whatchamacalls it? So this one, hang on, that one, and then that
You're so
one.
much better at this than I am.
Those are all paint and sips. The one that's like right behind me, the one that looks like a road, that's not mine or anything, but the other ones are. And then the one, oh my God, I can't do this. It's like reverse.
Thank you. Someone else on the show that can't point at things. That just makes so much fun of me because I'm like, it's over there.
So this one right here, I just did on Friday, and I did at a paint and sip and everything. But I have to say that it's so funny because like last week or 2 weeks ago, I got to interview Titus Welliver for his role in the new Watchmen like animated film. And the first thing he said was like, "Oh, I really like your paintings. You're so talented." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I was like, literally, their paint and sips where the guy's like, and do a stroke like this and everything. And I'm like, no. And it looks, by the way, like I'm really into trees, but it just happens that every time I've done a paint and sip, it's been a tree. So
Has it been like Bob Ross sponsored? What's going on here? I mean, the one over your left shoulder doesn't look like a happy little tree. It looks like it lost all its leaves.
Which one? The one with the pumpkins?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That looks great.
It does.
I mean, seriously,
Thank you.
they all
Thank
look
you.
great.
I appreciate it.
So since Tia is showing off some of her art, I did not know. Okay, like as whopper of a day it's been. This is all coming together.
Michelle, are
so
you okay?
nicely.
Louie is just acting a crazy fool tonight.
Hi, Louie. Thanks for joining us. We love Louie. So we didn't know Tia was going to have artwork to show us. We didn't know that Erida from the Kind of Nerdy Network was going to comment on said artwork and literally transition us perfectly into talking about our artwork, because these have been sitting here all day. Patches and I, on Saturday night, my sister came over and we did a practice pour party because we have our event coming up 1 week from tonight, Pause and Pour at Smitten Kitten. Take two. A week from tonight, we have Pause and Pour, the party at Smitten Kitten Cat Cafe. And you can reserve your spot to learn how to make these flower pour paintings. And so Patches and I are going to show how well we follow directions and we made flowers.
Wonderful.
This is mine. Isn't it pretty? And we used like straws. Like, Patches, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
You're not the painting.
So we literally just like dropped paint. She told us like, how to start in the middle and kind of then like create the petals and stuff. And then we blew it around with straws. And so that is mine. And Patches, would you like to show off how well you followed the instructions and created your own flower? Please show everybody your painting.
He tried.
I will say,
Bless his heart, as they say.
Can you look at now? The cool thing about pour painting is that while you don't want it to look exactly like the teacher's anyway, but can you see what Patches did in his? Can you see the hidden message in Patches?
Oh God! First of all, I have to say, KJ's yours looks gorgeous, and I love the shape of the canvas. Like, I love that it's a hexagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Every single one that I've commissioned my sister to do for me has been on this shape. I just think that it makes it look so cool. And this is the first time that literally the first time that I've done this. And it was super easy and super fun. And it didn't take very long. it's going to be so much fun to do this in the cat cafe with the cats. So, and it's my birthday eve. I'm not like saying you have to come because I know I'm having a birthday party the next weekend,
but you should come. Obviously.
I mean, like it like checks off all of the boxes. It's a kind of nerdy night out. We're hanging out with cats. There's coffee. And we're doing something totally nerdy like painting. I think it's going to be great. So,
I'm good with that.
So we'd love to see you 1 week from tonight at Smitten Kitten Cat Cafe.
Yes, please.
Okay. Anything else going on in your life, Tia? Or was the painting the big thing that you wanted to talk about? Besides, we're going to get into what's popping in pop culture.
I mean,
let's get to know Tia a little bit better.
Well, I mean, you should know that I am a little upset that now the summer is over because I'm a big like pool person.
Oh,
I love being in. Okay,
you drink black coffee and you like summer. Maybe we shouldn't get to know you. I'm starting to like you less.
Oh my god.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm a pool person.
Yeah,
I
love the pool. So I literally went Monday, the last day that the public pools are open, and it was actually very gorgeous, which I was happy because the rest of the weekend was not. So I'm a little upset about that. But besides that, now we could just be Jack Skeleton, right? Can I tell you really quick, really quick?
Yes.
It's like I'm 34, but I am still living my like best Hot Topic, like high school era and everything. And I think my mom still feels that too, because literally she recently got me new oven mittens and new like oven cloths and everything. And they're all Jack Skeleton themed.
Nice. Very nice.
So
I love it. All right. Well, we are going to get into what's poppin' in pop culture. A reminder that coming up right after what's poppin', the celebrity spotlight will include Mike Colter from Evil and Luke Cage, along with Anson Mount, Ethan Peck, and Christina Chong from Strange New Worlds, my new favorite Star Trek obsession. Some of the behind the scenes from PopCon is coming up. But first, let's get into it. What's popping in pop culture? Powered by Geek Vibes Nation and ConQuest Journals.
I love the sound effects. So
they never
much.
disappoint, don't they?
They never disappoint.
I forgot what order you said we were going to do the stories in, so go ahead and start, and I'll just follow with the graphics.
Okay, good. That's fine. I never feel like I can follow up your like performance. I can't. It's like going to karaoke and someone who actually has talent goes up before you. So
that's right.
It's the worst, isn't it?
My talent is pow.
Yay, Kayla, by the way, forever in your Hot Topic era. We love it.
Yes, Kayla is forever in her Hot Topic area. She tuned in just in time to hear us talking up what an amazing artist and teacher she is. And I did want to comment before your first story, Tia, that the picture that you posted on Facebook was so emo and like so perfect. And
Yes.
Lucky that I forgot to go grab it and show everybody tonight on the show.
I personally would have. I'm actually very proud of that picture. I was living it up.
Yeah,
that was me just having gotten my first pair of trip pants, and I felt like I was the coolest person in the world. So, meanwhile, if you really look at that photo, because that's my like kid room, there's still like art of when I was a ballerina, like around and everything.
Oh,
so, it was very much a, clashing and everything. Anyway,
you had to change your name from Tia the Dragon from New Jersey to Tia the Emo Ballerina.
I did do ballet. There is pictures of me with that like classic, like where you're like holding the rose and you're like,
I love it.
All
right.
Like all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, what's poppin', Tia?
So my first story that I want to talk about is The Acolyte has been canceled. This was the most recent Star Wars show. I will fully admit that I wasn't a fan of the show. I watched maybe up to like episode 5 and I just really wasn't into it. But as someone who has watched plenty of shows that not a lot of people liked and the shows have been canceled and I've been devastated, I do feel bad for the people who did actually like this show. And we're looking forward to a season 2 because season 1 did end off a kind of open-ended where they could have went in very cool directions, but it has been canceled after 1 season. So who knows if we'll ever see those characters again or anything like that. But yeah,
I give Star Wars credit for just ripping off the Band-Aid and being like, yep, that was a turd. Sorry.
And it's funny because you would think that regardless of, because there was a lot of like negative feedback, a lot of it, in my opinion, that was valid. Obviously, we're not going to get into other reasons why people disliked it, but there were a lot of valid reasons as to why people disliked it. And I really thought like they're just going to continue with it because there was interviews with the showrunner where she said she had ideas for season 2. And I'm like, they're obviously going to go with the season 2. So for Star Wars to be like, the people who like it and the people who dislike it, there's a huge difference, and we're just going to like cut it and everything. So
we didn't mind it, but there was, I think at the end we were like, okay, I mean, maybe this is a show that takes the, first season to build. But we weren't upset when they said no, we're not gonna do anymore.
Like, I wouldn't say that I hated it. I just thought that it was, in my opinion, very boring. There was definitely a lot of boring parts. There was, believe it, in my opinion, episode 5, the lightsaber fight was good. And the character of Soul was a great character.
Yes.
But everything else kind of was just like, meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, it was just very insider politics, it felt like. And, it's just like, okay.
It was supposed to be a show about how
the Sith.
The Sith. We never really got very far into the Sith. And it was supposed to be a show with Carrie-Anne Moss about the Sith. And you barely got Carrie-Anne Moss, So I think to our defense as fans, maybe they set our expectations a little too high.
And I agree with that, because you do a show about the Acolyte. It's like, let's go full on. Let's like no gray area of, these kids were justified in being angry, but then they kind of flip flop as to whether or not they even want. No, I want to see like Sith angry. Let's do this and everything. So yeah, that at the end of it, I was like, are they really Sith? I don't feel like it.
Right.
I don't feel like they're committed, but I also never felt like that it made sense in the prequels. I never felt like it made sense that Anakin became Darth Vader. I was like, there was not enough there to do that.
There
come
was not.
on now.
There really wasn't.
It very quickly happened. When you look back at it, especially if you watch like the cartoon, The Clone Wars, and you're like, this dude is like good. Obviously he has some problems because obviously he has like Padme and everything. But to go from like the quick switch of like, then you're like slaughtering younglings at the Jedi.
Right.
What? Yeah. All right. What else is popping, Tia?
So the next story that we have is that Sigourney Weaver, and I hope that I'm saying her name right.
You are. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Sigourney Weaver has been confirmed that she will have a role in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Speaking about Star Wars,
Yay.
It is not confirmed what her role is, who she will be playing, or anything like that. Details in general for this movie are very sparse, but they have confirmed that she will be in the movie, so that's cool. I mean, she is like the queen of sci-fi. Let's get her in Mandalorian Grogu. The whole idea of a Mandalorian Grogu movie as opposed to a next season is interesting, but yeah, it's a very sparse story because there's not a whole lot of details, but just having her in general is pretty cool.
But it also better not be another Carrie-Anne Moss. She better
I want to see. Yes. And it better also not be a Defenders, because remember, she was in Defenders and really didn't do anything in that show.
Yeah, that was a very lackluster, and she was a victim of the writing there. So
She
don't screw this
was,
up, Disney.
and that was during the height of like the Defenders verse.
Yeah.
And so how do
Yeah.
you screw that? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Hey, upside, it wasn't Zack Snyder, so let's go.
I saw in the comments defending the Anakin storyline a little bit. That Palpatine put that.
Well,
stuff.
I
Yes,
will
Palpatine
say-
did, but I just didn't feel like, like it was enough. I wanted to see him get a little angrier over time and convince me.
I will say that if you just watch the movies and even like the show, it's not overly convincing, but it's like, it's one of those things, not to be like a snob, but it's like, if you read the books and like, you can see it a little bit more in how Palpatine did like manipulate and everything.
Shelly, I watched the Clone Wars. Okay.
It's such a good show. I think that the major things that like caused him to switch was like Ahsoka leaving the Order, Obi-Wan faking his death, and like that not being disclosed, and like just having a Palpatine the entire time be like, don't you dislike the Jedi? Don't you dislike the Jedi? But I still feel like when people are like, Anakin got redeemed in the end, I'm like, is there redemption for what he did to the younglings?
All right. Let's see. Erina says we just shouldn't have had the prequels.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. The prequels are my favorite era. The Clone Wars are my favorite era of Star Wars. So
and also, Shelley just
love.
challenged us to debate in person. So stand by for that.
There.
I'm gonna need you to fly in, Tia,
just for this debate.
Shelley has thrown down the gauntlet. You must face her in person.
All right, Shelley. Wait till next year at PopCon, and...
or we could do a special edition with the four of us, and it could be the Star Wars Deathmatch episode.
There we go.
Have a bonus episode, everyone. Let's go.
What else is popping, Tia?
So moving away from Star Wars.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
All right, so the trailer to Sonic 3 just came out, and the big thing is, so again, I don't know if anyone's into this. I know it's like very kiddish, but long story short and everything, about a year ago, like Paulie and I went through the thing. We watched the Pikachu movie and we're like, let's watch another animated movie. We watched the first two Sonics, and I was surprised of how much I actually really enjoyed these movies. They are fun. James Marsden is in it. So anyway, Sonic 3 is out, and Keanu Reeves is playing the character Shadow, and I'm like,
fine, I'm in. Fine.
But I'm just saying, you had Idris Elba was voicing Knuckles, and now you have Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow, and I'm like, is the Sonic trilogy low-key going to be like the best trilogy in cinema? Like,
oh,
I don't know. I think of the age group that like I kind of grew up on Sonic. There was like a cartoon, the video games on Sega, and everything. So I was pretty much into it, to the point that I don't know if you've seen the movies. I'm sure your nephews would enjoy it and everything, KJ. But at the end of the second Sonic, they have like a post-credit scene, like showing that Shadow will be in the third movie. And like I sat there and I was like, as if I'm watching a Marvel movie. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
I never played Sonic, so I don't have a lot of connection to it. But I did hear that the movies were great. And now that there's going to be a third one, maybe I'll commit. I'll give you a maybe.
James Marsden is in it, and it's like, obviously, you know that most of the movie he's literally just like talking to himself, because it's and he does a great job. Like, he's so convincing that there's like this creature next to him when you know he's just like saying the lines. And
right.
It was great.
All right. Thank you so much, Tia. That is what's popping in pop culture. You can keep up with all of the latest pop culture news by heading to geekvibesnation.com. That is where you'll find Tia. And you'll find a lot of my celebrity interviews on Geek Vibes Nation as well. Yep. So if you're somebody who prefers to read about things like I actually am. Instead of watching my interviews on YouTube, you can actually read them on Geek Vibes. We make it super easy for you. Coming up, we have got the cast of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. We have got Mike Colter. It's all the behind the scenes panel stuff that you missed at PopCon. We've got it for you right after a word from our What's Poppin' sponsor, ConQuest Journals.
Well, thank you very much, KJ, because What's Poppin' in Pop Culture is powered by ConQuest Journals. ConQuest Journals creates officially licensed fan art for Harry Potter, Supernatural, Friends, Schitt's Creek, and Beetlejuice. Get your officially licensed Beetlejuice steno pads, decals, and washi tape now. Use promo code KJ today to save 10% at checkout off of your entire order at ConQuestJournals.com.
Thank you so much, Pat.
Oh my God. I have to go run and get those Beetlejuice things from ConQuest Journals. Those are so cool.
Oh my gosh. Shelly is popping in with some breaking news. We have Twilight breaking news. Midnight Sun is going to be an animated series. Yay!
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Yes, Tia.
Nobody cares.
I'm gonna talk about the other stuff.
We care about that.
Okay. Tia, go get all the Beetlejuice stuff at ConQuestJournal.com and make sure you use promo code KJ today so you can save 10%.
I will. That the handbook for the recently deceased. That will be mine.
It's so cool.
I'll say we took that to PopCon Louisville since we had just launched it, and you want to talk about a focal piece by the KJ Today booth as people were walking by. That and the waiting for the night, the kitty cat steno. Those people literally stopped stopped their track and came over and was looking.
They weren't like, "Hey, your show looks interesting. Tell me more." They were like, "Tell me about this steno pad."
They were
right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, whatever it takes to get your attention.
Right.
Love it.
All right. So PopCon Louisville, we had an absolute blast. I had the honor of moderating the Star Trek Strange New Worlds panel, which was, intimidating. I know, I interview a lot of these people and I sit on the stage, but every time it's like, man, when you're sitting there and you're representing a fandom, I'm a kind of nerdy girl. Like, I can't go deep into Star Trek. I do love Strange New Worlds. It's a fun show to watch. Mm-hmm. But I always want to make sure that I do right and that I'm up there kind of being a voice for the fan to have a good experience. So we're going to start off before we get to Mike Colter talking about, evil, because literally PopCon Louisville was the weekend after the series finale. So the series finale was Thursday, and Mike Colter was at PopCon.
It was really bizarre.
I'm like, you picked a bad weekend, man. Like, you lost your job yesterday, and now you got to talk about it. It sucks. But before we get to that, I opened up with the question of just kind of asking Christina Chong and Ethan Peck and Anson Mount to kind of share where they were at with the Star Trek fandom before they actually became a part of it. PopCon is such a cool place. It's the wrong clip.
I wasn't a Star Trek fan before the show. It was only really after our season 1 premiere. I was on the plane to New York from Toronto, and I got to see the opening credits for the first time, and I was so tearful because I suddenly realized what it was to be a part of this incredible show and franchise.
I was not a fan per se of the television shows, but I was a big fan of the Kelvin Timeline films. And then, of course, I became more familiar with the original series as I prepared for the role, and here we are.
I was a fan from the time I was around 7 or 8, and we had Star Trek in syndication. My mom got me into it, right? And so I auditioned not knowing what the role was. It was Dummy Sides. It was a different name. And then they called me and said, okay, great, let's do it. And it's Captain Pike.
Do you remember then the moment as a fan that you stepped on the Enterprise?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Do you remember the first time you had sex?
Well, that's all you need to say. I was not expecting that, Tia.
Rub it in.
I know. I was thinking about you because you wanted to be there so bad. And
Well,
so I'm like, really? I'm going to have this conversation with Anson Mount?
I literally just went on my YouTube to comment.
And I did not plan it, Tia. She just
Okay.
commented, this is why Anson Mountain is the best, in all capital letters, KJ on the same seat. I did not do that on purpose. And Michelle was there, so she can say, she can vouch for this. I was already out there, and that's how they walked out, and that's how we ended up. And it was like nerve-wracking, and you could see both of us were like on opposite ends of the couch. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna sit right next to me. No.
That was a great clip, though. You asked a really good question, KJ.
Thank you. I try to start off with these ones because everybody can relate to that. The next question, I wanted so badly to have a moment to talk to Christina Chong about the fact that she is in the episode of Doctor Who, A Good Man Goes to War. And that is the episode where Melody Pond is born. And it's like the most special episode. And I had to like keep it together. I'm like, maybe it'll come up, maybe it won't. I was hoping maybe if I asked a question about other fandoms, it would come up. But just listen to this. She answered in a way better way than I could have ever imagined. PopCon is such a cool place because it's pop culture. So there's every different fandom is represented here. And I always like to ask, the question of what do you fan out about? Is there a TV show or a game or something that you turn to in times of comfort that is maybe in a bit of a fandom obsession for you?
My obsession is my dog.
Yay!
Marina Ewok.
I think I've seen some footage. Does your dog go to cons with you sometimes?
Sometimes.
Ethan, do you have any?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty, so I tend to revisit some of those episodes.
I go into my pottery studio and 5 hours can go by and I don't even notice. And also, and games calm me down for
do
whatever
they?
reason. Yeah, I play a lot of Fortnite. But I just broke our TV, so I can't.
Because you got mad because you weren't winning?
No, I had just had back surgery and I was on morphine and I was trying to fiddle with something in the back of the TV and I turned around thinking I had put the TV correctly back on the stand and apparently I hadn't. So I broke our TV, which is good. I need to focus on other things right now.
I know. Well, I was on morphine.
Anson Mount with like the out of pocket.
Look, I was on morphine. I broke my TV.
What more do I need to say, people?
Although I love it that it's like, I don't know. He's like video games, Rick and Morty, my dog, and I'm like, I feel that. I feel that.
Yes. Her dog's name is Marina Ewok.
Oh, that's so cute.
Love it.
And then I was glad that this question actually came from the audience, but I do want to give a shout out to our crew member, Andrea, because I had asked for questions because that really helps me when I do these interviews, if I have some questions from you, and it's great if I get to ask them. And she said to make sure that I asked about the musical, because in the last season of Strange New Worlds, the cast actually did a musical, and it did make sense. Like, we were all like, how are you going to pull this off? And it totally made sense.
A full Star Trek musical.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was great. The music was great. Everything was awesome.
Okay.
So Andrea, here is the answer to your question.
Well, we've been kind of lobbying for it for a while because we realized how many singers there were in the cast, and then it was funny when we met with Tom Polcha, our CBS musical supervisor. He was like, "Okay, all right, I see. I'm getting a sense of like, you're really comfortable in the like John Cougar Mellencamp, like rock and roll." Middle range. I was like, oh, I can belt that shit all day long, man. Yeah. I was like, okay, all right, cool. And then I get the score and I was like, Broadway musical. I was like, okay.
Yeah, similarly, I was super excited about the musical because I trained in musical theatre. But in my head, it was jazz hands, glitter, sequins, full-on dance routines. And then when I got my song, I was like, oh, it's a ballad. And there's no sequins. I was like, oh, okay. Obviously, it was great, but I'm still waiting for that musical with the sequins,
You're disappointed. I did not know that. Yeah, my first thought was, oh, forget about it. Come on, man. Are you serious? I was really surprised that we were going to do a musical, and I was not looking forward to it. But it turned out to be a really wonderful, incredible experience.
And Tia, what about Anson Mount again?
Although I like that he thought it was going to be like rock ballads and everything,
Right?
and then
He's
it's
like,
like,
oh yeah, I'm going to channel John Cougar Mellencamp.
But I loved what's her Christina? You said?
Yeah.
I loved that she wanted sequins and didn't get sequins. I'm like, why did you not give this woman some sequins?
Right.
Get this woman a kick line, please.
Her song was super serious. Paul Wesley, who plays the young Captain Kirk, had some fun dancing, sort of lighter scenes. There is a dance scene at the end that is super fun, but the best part of it was that they made the Klingons a boy band.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
And it was a fantastic song.
Please say like, prepare to fire photons. Bye. I mean, like, what the
It wasn't that far.
Okay.
But for no other reason, that is worth going and watching the Strange New Worlds musical.
And I'll never do that again on camera, so thank you.
And then one thing I do want to tell you, because it stuck with me and I was like, oh, this sucks that it went the way that it did. There was a question for people who are watching Strange New Worlds and getting ready for season 3. There was a question from the audience about what the most difficult most difficult episode was for them to film. And all of them got they were all real thoughtful people. So there were moments where I was like, I'm from radio. So I'm like, dead air. They're all like, And I'm like, you guys got to answer. This is killing me. This is killing you. Got to answer.
Yeah.
But that one, I can't remember which one they said, but the episodes to pay attention to are 303 and 308. So episode 3 and episode 8. And I think it was Ethan that said that it was 303. And when the way he talked about it, Anson went, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you answered first because I would have told him what it was. And I was like, I almost had the tea. But Ethan answered first. So there's a little scoop for you when you go into those episodes. It sounds like I don't know anything about them, but they all agreed that those of everything they've shot so far, those were the most challenging. So switching over to this show, Evil, which I will tell you, I hope it's okay, Shelly. She messaged us last night and she's like, you guys watch the show Evil, right? I was like, we are watching it right now. And she said, I'm about to start the first episode. I'm like, yay, my friend's getting into my show. This is great. She watched one episode and she was like, it kind of freaked me out. I don't know if I want to watch that alone. And I was like, if the first episode freaked you out, do not watch Evil by yourself.
It is super unnerving sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, and we'll all I'll sit in our chair in the family room, and you'll be on the couch with all the cats, and like just the most random things will happen, and like we just know when to look at each other, and it is a like, what in the actual bleep just happened?
And sometimes all we can do is laugh. It's almost
boys weird,
creepy, but it doesn't have the gore.
Yeah.
But it's so weird. Like the demons are creepy, but they're also like they kind of, you nervous laugh when something is like so scary and terrifying and weird that you just laugh about it.
Yep.
We do that a lot. Which is really funny. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I could not watch a show. I actually considered it when Patches was gone the weekend before PopCon to a darts event. I almost texted him and was like, hey, because we were in a really good spot. I was like, hey, do you care if I watch Evil while you're gone and then you can catch up? And then I was like, I do not want to do that by myself. So Mike did talk a lot, obviously, about Luke Cage. And let's see, Craig is asking,
Grandpa Patches.
You can find the first 2 seasons of Evil on Netflix, and then the last 2 seasons are on Paramount Plus.
Correct.
So, and I say the last 2 seasons leading into the first question, which is what you want to know, right? I mean, Mike talked about Luke Cage a lot. He actually said he's in a good place and would love to do more Luke Cage. So, if it's possible. But this was his take on whether or not we as fans should, activate, and if there's any chance if we could bring it back. You said it's left open-ended and possibly there's a chance. So are there things we can do as Evil fans?
I don't know that petitions. I've heard petitions like Lucifer. They're petitions that brought series back. I don't know. I don't think it's anything wrong with constantly, chatting. I'm not on Twitter anymore, but tweeting about things. My colleagues who are on Twitter, they will retweet and they will keep it alive. I mean, there is always going to be a large number of people who will want it back. And I do feel hopeful that it can come back. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I do feel like there is a very easy plug-in for us to go somewhere else and continue the storyline that we have a really clear vision of for the next 2 seasons at least. And I think that's a really, that's a really reasonable thing to expect and to want to happen.
It was it was such a different answer from Asif Manvi, who plays Ben the Magnificent.
Yes.
Which your interview was amazing, by the way, with him.
Wasn't that I had so much fun with him, but wasn't it fun just listening to him like scream about how we need to get this show revived?
I mean, I listen, I love when actors like lift the veil and they're like, I was mad.
Right.
Right? He was like calling out like these idiots.
Oh yeah, you put him on blast. That's right.
Yes.
He said, I think twice, I quote, infinite idiocracy. And I was
yes. Mike Colter's like, we could probably do this. I would say that there's a chance. And Asif's like, right, you congressman, you go to Paramount, you tell them you're stupid.
That's because Mike, unfortunately, has been through this before. He saw Luke Cage get canceled.
God love him.
Yes. So my last clip, and then we're gonna get to Don't Screw the Krew. And I do want to remind you, put some good news in the comments because somebody's going to win tickets to see Ronnie Chang when he comes to Indianapolis on September 13th. Put some good news in the comments because we'll get to tell me something good and we'll draw a winner. But I did ask Asif, since I knew I was going to be, with Mike Colter at PopCon, if he would give me, a little insider information to ask him. And he was like, yeah, you need to ask him why he does these cold plunges things and like why he thinks that everybody should be doing them. Like he was like, just ask him that. Your co-star Asif Manvi was on my show earlier this week and he said, don't let him leave the stage without explaining why he does cold plunges.
Oh my God, cold plunges. It's so simple. What do you mean, why do cold plunges? It's insanely simple. I've tried to explain it to him. I got my co-star, bestie friend, Katya Herbert's. I got her to get one too, so she's doing cold plunges a lot. Basically, it looks counterintuitive. Why would you put yourself in cold water? Well, it's a simple fact that if you do something really uncomfortable and you get through it, you have now put yourself into a position where you have achieved something that most people would say no to. And now your day starts off in a different pace. It has obviously physical pluses like the circulation. I could go on and on about why I do it, but it is something that I literally have to fight with myself every day for. It's not like I go, oh, I can't wait to get into the cold plunge. I never feel like doing it, but it's a mental battle that I fight with myself. And when I win it, I really do feel great. And that's why I do it every day. It's like, it's not for the weak at heart. You really have to want to do it. And when you do it, it's going to be like, oh yeah, I can do just about anything.
Listen, there are definitely like points that he's making, because you see people who literally have like a bowl of ice water, put their faces in first thing in the morning. They say that if you take hot showers, you should turn it on to really freezing right before you get out. So it sounds crazy, but he has points.
He does. And I was like, listen, that was the edited version. Assistant producer Michelle can attest. That was the end of his panel, and he went on and on. I was like, Asif wasn't kidding. He loves these cold plunges, man. Like, but you know, he was very convincing.
Well, and for a guy that's a gym rat like him, I mean, it has been scientifically proven that it helps the muscle recovery and everything else. So, I mean, like for guys like him, I 1000% do it.
Yeah. The closest I get to it is sometimes because you know. I color my hair, and the stylist will be like, "You need to rinse your hair in cold water. It's going to hold the color longer." I'm like, I don't want to. But sometimes I'll put the shower head, like point it down as far as I can and lean as far back as I can, so only my hair is getting the cold water. And I'm like literally like almost doing like a backstand in the shower so that my hair will not need to be colored as much because I'm cheap. I'm like, I'll take the cold water if it means 2 weeks more, then I'll keep my hair. But that's my motivation.
Oh, what was you? What was you and your hair problem?
Me and my Colter, the same.
And take two.
I will say that when I lived with my mom, there was a lot of times that there was no heat in the shower. I don't know why that, but I need to take a shower, so I just took a cold shower. So.
You and my Colter, the same.
The same, exactly.
Hey, I'm also bald.
You and my Colter, the same.
Thank you.
We all have something in common with my Colter.
All right, when we come back, we're going to play Don't Screw the Krew. We're going to give away those Ronnie Cheng tickets. That's different. We got a ConQuest Journals prize pack for Don't Screw the Krew. Beetlejuice.
Yep.
And we also have Tell Me Something Good and a Pet of the Week. So much more to pack in here. So hang on. First, we got to get to a message from our friends at PopCon. Get ready. PopCon 2025 is back for its 12th year in Indianapolis, hitting the Indiana Convention Center from June 27th to the 29th. Dive into the excitement with epic cosplay contests, captivating games, and dynamic fan panels. Wander through Artist Alley, compete in video game tournaments, and discover exclusive merchandise. Experience the thrill of celebrity appearances at this once-in-a-lifetime extravaganza. Secure your tickets today at the best price and join the ultimate fan gathering at PopCon, where every fan finds their place. If you weren't able to scan that code, you can go to PopConIndy.com right now and click on tickets, and it's weekend passes and VIP passes right now that are at their best price, so don't wait to reserve your spot. All right, so tonight we have got a very special prize pack because we do have Beetlejuice coming out this weekend, and we've got all of the new Beetlejuice stuff that we are super excited about. So we want to make sure that you are cheering us on as we play for a new crew member. We have got crew number 263, Maria, tonight, who we are playing for in Don't Screw the Krew. Yes. And we are playing for all the fabulous stuff you saw earlier. The Stenopad, the handbook for the recently deceased Stenopad, which is fabulous. We've got the washi tape, which is absolutely so cool. You can see how you can decorate that. And then, of course, the is it 50 pack of decals?
It's a 60 pack.
60 pack of decals. Okay. We're playing for Maria to win them tonight, but you can get them right now by shopping at ConQuestJournal.com and using promo code KJ today to save 10%. All right. So we have Patches and Tia here tonight. We've got 3 questions. You got to get 2 out of the 3 right in order to make sure that we do not screw the crew. Question number 1 tonight. And
Don't screw up my streak, Tia.
I had an idea, Patches, for us to have dramatic music playing while this was going on. So that'll be next show that I'm gonna need you to expand your producing duties.
Yeah, no problem.
And produce some dramatic music. Thank you. Can you do that for me?
No.
Just give me a nice like Jeopardy.
No,
then we'll get copyright.
No
copyright.
That's IP infringement right there, bro. Come on.
All right. We're gonna start tonight with producer Patches. Remember that assistant producer Michelle is in the green room, and she can be a lifeline if you need it. All right. The category is movies. I think you need to do that a little quieter, or they can't hear me. Thank you. The category is movies. Producer Patches, in the original Beetlejuice, what are the names of the characters played by Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis?
Oh, sweet mother of God.
You just watched it.
I know.
And you yelled at me because I had never watched it all the way through. You were like, this is such a great movie. I watch it over and over and over.
Oh
and
my
over
God,
and over
seriously. Oh my God. I've got Lydia. I've got the only things I can think of, obviously, Beetlejuice, Otho, Lydia. I mean, it's Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis, but
I'm sorry, Patches. Time has run out.
No one knows that. We know Beetlejuice and Lydia.
Yeah. Is it like Alan and...
Hang on. Michelle, would you have gotten it right? Michelle, shake, or I can see you. Shake, nod, or shake your head. She said maybe. So that's a no. Okay. I'm sorry, Patches. You were wrong. The correct answer is Adam and Barbara.
Oh, yeah.
I would not have known that. I would not have known that.
Wow.
Damn it.
Because you don't pay attention to them.
Neither of them are back because, as Gina Davis put it, we died young and we have aged since then.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, but not for nothing. Really quick before you go to me, that was the same thing that what's his name? The guy who plays Lieutenant Data said about playing him in Star
Brent
Trek.
Spiner. Yeah,
because he's like, I'm an android. Like what? But he still plays them, so you know
he could have figured it out.
Makeup does something.
All right. Well, we're playing from behind. We've got one strike against us. So
I'm sorry, new listener.
Let's go over to Tia. Your category is music.
Okay.
You gonna give me some dramatic music, Patches? Thank you.
You said to be quiet, so
no, I said to do it quiet, bring it down a little bit. There we go. All right, thank you. The song "Wrecking Ball" was originally offered to Beyonce. What singer ended up recording the #1 hit?
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. Woo!
Very nice.
That was easy. That was like her breakout from like the Hannah Montana cutesy.
Was that before? Was that before "Party in the USA"?
That was after.
It was after. "Party in the USA" did not hit #1. That was actually Miley's first #1 single.
No kidding. I'll be darned.
Yep.
Yeah, it was around the era of the twerking on Robin Thicke.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hear that song without thinking of Tom Holland being on, or no, Anne Hathaway, I think it was, doing the Miley Cyrus on Lip sync battle.
I was gonna say Tom Holland did Umbrella.
Umbrella,
Yeah.
he did
Amazingly.
It was an excellent Rihanna.
yes.
Every time that comes up, like in my feed, I watch it again. I'm like, God, it was just so good.
All right, sorry, I took us off.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. We're back on track. We got one right. We got one wrong.
Yep.
That's why we have 3 questions. Okay. Dramatic music. Shelly says she would not have gotten the Miley Cyrus.
I think it was Beetlejuice.
No, it was the Beetlejuice.
It was the
Beetlejuice one. Really?
Yeah.
You guys are making Beetlejuice stuff.
Because again, no, but it's called Beetlejuice.
It's Beetlejuice and Lydia and their daughter.
It's not called Barbara, and I even
Adam.
forgot the name. Adam.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Alec and Gina, damn it.
All right, here we go. Final question. In order for crew number 263, Maria, to get her Beetlejuice prize pack from ConQuest Journals, the category is TV.
Okay.
Pawnee, Indiana is a fictional town.
Parks and Recreation.
It takes place.
Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation. Congratulations. We got a winner.
Our streak is intact.
We got
I'm Ron Swanson.
Oh my God. Shelly is arguing that they don't matter because there is not an Adam and Barbara sticker in your decal
Exactly.
pack.
KJ, I have one thing to say to you.
Yes.
I want all of the eggs and bacon. And I fear that when you hear that, you think I just mean a lot, but I mean all of the eggs and bacon that you have. It's a Ron Swanson quote. Okay, come on. Parks and Recreation here.
She never got into it. When they're at the restaurant,
I watched the first like maybe 5 or 6 episodes.
No. Those are not it. Like the first season is not good,
Season
right?
2.
They were finding their footing and everything, how they want to be. No. It's season 2 that it really takes off. Do not judge it for season 1. You do kind of have to watch season 1 just to know the lore, but season 2. Season 2.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
there you go.
Got it. All right. All right. Leanne says I watched it over and over. I usually do trust Leanne. So
yes, Leanne.
I'll consider it. All right. Patches, can you bring Michelle in here, please? We've got another prize to give away here. We've got our Ronnie Chang tickets. We love him from The Daily Show. He is incredibly funny, and he's coming to Indianapolis on September 13th. We've got a pair of tickets. All right. Michelle's been keeping track of the good news, which we are going to go through here in just a second. But before we actually get to what you were saying in your good news, Michelle, do you have your ConQuest Journals Herbology steno pad standing by? Okay, and you've got your finger ready to go. Okay, I want you to hold. Okay, here we go. Now, I just want you to start running your finger up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, are you doing it? I can't tell if you're doing it. Okay, all right, you're doing it. You're doing it. Okay, right on. At any point, I can tell you to stop. There we go. There we go. And stop. Who's our winner?
Erina.
Yay! Erina, congratulations. You are going to see Ronnie Chang September 13th. Congratulations. We'll get those tickets over to you. And it's interesting that Erina won because guess what? They are also going to be featured in our Pet of the Week.
Yeah. Well, and like Tia says in her comments, Erina, now you can treat yourself.
Erina's
that was her good news.
We got a new
there you go.
Yay. Do we have any other good news to share, Michelle, as we tell me something?
Okay. Yeah, tell me something good.
Leanne says I managed not to lose it at work today.
That's always something good.
Sometimes that's what you need.
That's always great.
Oh, Susan says Miss Mabel is back home after her surgery. I've been,
I follow excellent news.
I follow all your cats like they're my own. So she's telling me that. Like you might not know that Miss Mabel was in surgery, but I did. Lisa says I'm finally better after my dental surgery. That is good news. Thank you very much for sharing all of your good news. And let's now get to our ticket winner, Erina, and her good news. Let's go ahead and meet our Pet of the Week. Our Pet of the Week is Bucky. Look at Tia. Look at Bucky.
Look at that face.
That is the moment that they met him. And obviously he was making biscuits and trying to make sure that they did not leave without Bucky. Bucky is now home with Paul and Erina and his sister Eileen, and he is doing very well, as you can see. He does not
Making
know
lots of
about-
biscuits.
He does not know about personal space. And look at those biscuits. Look at that guy. Bucky is 5 months old, which is much younger than I thought he was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy for 5 months old.
He is. They said that he just kept meowing at them at PetSmart, and they just could not go home without him. Obviously, he's new, so he doesn't have a lot of nicknames, but they are calling him Little Guy. And his first night was very, very loving. He purred and laid between them all night. Since then, as you can see, he's been more excitable.
Oh, he's got the kitty pants too. I love it. What a baby.
Something interesting about Bucky is that, Paul and Erina are members of the Cat Club too. And we know that last year was rough for them. They lost multiple pets.
Yep.
Erina said that Bucky reminds them of both of their other cats. He chirped like Ella, and his favorite toy is the crinkle ball, which was also her favorite. And he has also been rooting through Paul's beard at night, which is something Mabel did.
Aw.
So it seems they both sent Bucky to their home. Thank you very much
That's
for
awesome.
sharing Bucky with us. I did have just a little clip because you got it. Yeah, you got to hear this guy purr. It's amazing.
Hi. What's happening?
That is amazing.
It sounds like almost like a stagnant lightsaber. Is what it sounds like. It really does. Like listen to that. It's like I mean, like I'm telling you, it does.
We need to put Bucky's purr to a lightsaber fight scene. I do want to remind you that sometimes dreams do come true. We are actually doing a pet of the week every week now. So in between the show, you may have missed Rue, who is a singing dog, absolutely adorable. Oz, who just got adopted by his mama Marie, who was Buffy and Giles' foster, and Diva, who actually survived that freezing snowstorm last winter. They all have amazing stories, and you can catch up with all of our pets on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/KJ Today and follow me over on Facebook for a chance for your pet to be the pet of the week. All right, guys, that's our show.
As Porky Pig says, deet, deet, deet. That's all, folks.
Buffy, is there anything you would like to add? No, you
No,
good?
She's good.
All right.
She and Socks are cuddling nicely today.
They are.
She did not kick him out. Very
No,
nice.
I'm surprised.
Reminder, 1 week from tonight is our pause and pour party at Smitten Kitten Cat Cafe.
Super
it will
excited.
be a relaxing night. We will be hanging around the cats, and we will be making paintings like you see in the photos right there. And yes, even if you're not an artist, you too can make a
Like
fabulous
Patches.
canvas like Patches.
Patches,
I
that's
actually-
not a good example.
I actually do like it
Yeah.
though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do like it. It's actually kind of fun.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Leanne. She said great fun again.
And the teacher, Kayla, who's going to be teaching that class, actually does a fantastic job.
She
So
does.
It's gonna be
Patches
really good.
does not listen to direction.
What did you say?
Very typical.
Our next full live show will be Wednesday, October 4th, and it's going to be our spooky spectacular, including the return of spirit medium Tiffany Rice. So we hope that you will be back with us. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Michelle, for all the hard work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patches, for everything that you do, and thank
Do the
you.
Damon Hedda.
Thank you so much for being here with us. It brings us positive vibes to know that you are sitting here with us and hopefully enjoying every minute of this as much as we are. We will see you next time.